Super Saiyan God breaks the scaling into pieces. It truly shows how much of the Super era is all about marketing, and it sucks because we could have genuinely gotten good stuff like Delilah, but we're left with mid that is super. We have to start with the brain rot. It is time for your stupid ass TSO hot takes. We do these once a week. Follow me on Twitter if you want to be a part of it. Shout out to the chatters that will probably be trying to debate every single take that's in the video. But without further ado, Dragon Ball Delilah proves most real fans are hypocrites only interested in seeing Goku by removing 99% of the Z fighters, removing Buu from an arc revolving around him, and yet again sidelining Gohan when he's arguably the strongest warrior there. All the complaints about Super being about Goku and Vegeta only amount to nothing in the face of those same fans who yet again praise a Dragon Ball show that only focuses on Goku. That did not take long. I'm not gonna lie. In terms of getting a take that I hate when people say, did you watch the show? Because that's corny. It didn't take long for that response to even click with me mentally. I don't know if we're watching the same show. And I don't throw that term around. I don't hit people with the, are you watching the show shit? Because I think it's very corny, but deadass, are you watching the show? Because Vegeta just got there. Piccolo, again, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, just got there. Dora the Explorer is canon. They have Shin right there. They've literally done nothing but introduce new characters the entire time. It has been way more than just the Goku show. And even if it has to be the main cast of Z fighters that you know and love, they literally just got there. I don't know. They just had an episode end with Vegeta and Piccolo winning a fight, and then the next episode, Majin Buu is fighting somebody for that's like the entire A, if not B plot. I don't know. I don't know what a show has to do to tell you that hey, this is not Goku time. All these other things to get the takeaway that this is just another show that's just about Goku doing cool shit is crazy. He's had, y'all know that's my Glorious King. He's had literally one good fight. Relax, this is not the end of Delilah, let alone is Dragon Ball Daima, Delora, a show about GT Goku time type shit. Goku Black alone is a top 3 villain and might solo sell aura-wise. Also has an insane bag deeper than any antagonist bar Buu. Yeah, well, first of all, bar Cell, because Cell is the one with the cheat code bag. Unless you're counting organic moves, but then at that point, yeah, no, he just does have a deeper bag, I suppose. But I don't think all of this makes him a top 3 antagonist. I think he is easily one of the cooler antagonists of all time. He's not a better antagonist than Frieza. I wouldn't even say he's a better foil to the protagonist than Cell, so maybe he's not a better antagonist than Cell, let alone is he not better antagonist than Vegeta. We could get into original Dragon Ball. I'm not the biggest fan of Demon King Piccolo. I know that's a scorcher, but I like Piccolo Jr. as an antagonist more. Nah, he's not a top 3 antagonist, but I would say he's a top 3 antagonist if we're talking about aura and being cool. Absolutely. He might even be number 1. I know this is literally a part of your brand, so I don't have to say this, but most Dragon Ball fans and haters do not genuinely know the show at all. Whether it's feeling Gohan should have been the main character, I used to be guilty as a huge Gohan fan, or especially the haters that feel that Dragon Ball has no plot. But yeah, a lot of people in the Dragon Ball community have like the surface level Twitter takes, so this is why it feels this way. Now what I say is surface level Twitter will always, to a degree, have a surface to unironically stand on. There is a point in time in the series, absolutely, we're all thinking of that point in time, where yeah, it seemed like you could make the transition to Gohan being the main character. There's also a point in time in the series. There's also a point in time when you finish Dragon Ball, you watch Attack on Titan, you watch Hunter x Hunter, you watch whatever anime, and you come back and you're like, Dragon Ball is like a simpler story compared to the two. But I think when you even just expand beyond said surface, and it's ironic because both of these things kind of only stay on the surface, but if you expand upon either surface, yeah, you'll find that both of those things are just kind of untrue. Sparking Zero was damn near exactly what we asked for in terms of broken characters, being broken and there being tons of unbalanced bullshit, but sadly, we didn't account for the change in the gaming community that basically promotes winning bias over fun. I don't understand when it happened where gaming turned from, okay, this is cheesy. You can make a 7-foot wide receiver to moss people in Madden. You can make the demi-dork build in 2K to just like, I'm trying to exploit the game because it's in the game, get good kid. And that's the worst part about it, right? It's not that these things are in games, because this is more than just Dragon Ball, to be honest. This is a gaming issue. This is more than just games. The issue is then when someone turns around and they see you do something like this. I actually had a bookmark for it. Again, I talked about this on the podcast, because what you're about to see, technically, I believe it's a Z counter or super counter. I confused the names of the fucking counters, chat. Sorry. You telling this person that they're unskilled because, you know what? I'm just gonna play it.
Take that. Yeah. Take that.
And the worst part is every time, like I'm off to a flame, people will tell you, "Hey, get good, get better at it. You know, you suck, get better." So it's just so annoying to see shit like that. I 100% agree with your tweet. I know we got a little off topic there because it was really a gaming conversation, but yeah, it's just so cringy and seeing shit like that. The DBS manga clears the anime. The writing of the story is just overall better and is most apparent in the writing of the Goku Black arc, in my opinion. Its writing is a lot tighter and there's less random bullshit like rage. When you throw the Super Saiyan rage shit in my face, I almost want to instantaneously agree with you. And let me be clear. I think as a person that's starting to indulge in more manga by the day, you niggas sometimes are lying. But this, I don't think, is necessarily not the case. I think the Goku Black arc is significantly better. Now, what I will say, what the anime does do is it low-key probably just sometimes is cooler. And I know that's going to piss some of y'all off. But like, for example, Gohan versus Kefla, narratively better. Facts. Narratively just makes sense. You know, you introduce Gohan's fighting ambitions way more clearly than you did in the anime. 100%.
This nigga Goku skated on a Christmas bean.
So it's just, like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Lie? what do you want me to do? Lie that wasn't cooler? Like, it was. It just ultimately was. The closest thing the manga does to that is Roshi. Wow, that was very cool. Very, very cool. That nigga skated on a Kamehameha, dog. So, yeah, no. Then that's not even, arguably not even the coolest moment, because then this nigga transforms and just takes Jiren's strongest attack, and he's just like, psh, nah. And then Jiren can't even fathom his existence for like 30 seconds. Like, he literally gets like, you know how if you read one of them comics, not to sound like a well actually-er, but some of you niggas will understand what I'm talking about. You know how some of them comics, they have characters that like you can't even concept, like you can't conceptually imagine them, otherwise you'll just fucking explode or some shit like that. It was like that. The nigga Goku stood up just a white ghost and Jiren just getting beat up the whole time. It's fucking crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy. So I definitely agree that in terms of a story, the manga disgustingly stomps, but the anime is pretty fucking cool. Super Saiyan Blue should have never existed. It just feels very redundant since Super Saiyan God introduced us to God Ki and also heals, but Super Saiyan Blue doesn't bring anything new other than a higher power level, especially since now we have UI and UE that actually do more to increase their power. Super Saiyan Blue was essentially Super Saiyan Blue was essentially Dragon Ball Super Saiyan. I think every person under the stars, it's the go-to form. You see it maybe even more than Super Saiyan for a reason. It's that power. You see Super Saiyan as like a stepping stone to Blue. Blue gets all the significant fight. There's people who apparently, and I was in the anime streets just to see where people rank like some transformations and shit. Some niggas have put respect on Blue's name just for importance, even though they don't like it. But the point is, yeah, it's very important to the series. So I can't say it should not exist, but I've said this on the channel 1.5 million times, and I will continue to echo the sentiment. The rollout on Blue was not. I don't like off-screen reveal to a movie Blue. I think, and again, I'm not a marketer. I say it every time, but just in case that one guy tries to cook me, I'm not a marketing genius. I know they wanted to sell toys, but I just don't understand how Golden Frieza pops out. Goku has red hair. Same shit happens. Bam, Blue Vegeta pops out. I mean, bam, red Vegeta with red hair pops out. You go to the U6 tournament, Blue's right there. Whether you want to do Kaioken with Zamasu or Kaioken versus Kefla or Kaioken versus Jiren, who the fuck cares? Reveal Kaioken in literally any subsequent arc, it works just as well. I think Blue's rollout was ass, but I can't say it should never exist. Stacking Super Saiyan on top of the God form was just going to be the next thing, the next step, if you will. And they took the step. So I'm not necessarily mad that it exists. I don't think it shouldn't exist, but the rollout and really just the way that they don't make it feel great sometimes, it just falls lackluster. It'd be nice to have a Saiyan be an actual villain rather than be an anti-hero. Instead of Frieza in Revival of F, we get Turles. I'm offended by this. I feel like you trolled me, but I'm offended still. We get Turles. So I understand what you're saying. Turles just reveals himself later as a Saiyan who was just alive just because of Zybes. And then he pulls up and he wants to beat Goku up. just because. Okay, many. You know what? No, fuck it. I'm gonna indulge. Let's go with the Triomite movie is not canon, but we already know Triomite isn't canon, but let's just delete it from our memory and let's plop it there instead of Revival of F. Mind you, Frieza's infinitely cooler than fucking Turles. Let's just say Turles is here. First thing first, why is Turles absurdly strong? Now I know what you can say, but Sage, Broly's absurdly strong. Yeah, but like, why is Turles absurdly strong? Because at this point, we're putting Turles as a god level threat. So there's just a god level threat saying around here, just walking around for Zybes, planting trees. Planting trees, eating fruits of Triomite, which brings me to the second thing. If he did get that strong via the Triomite,
Why is he on Earth?
just saying, if the explanation is, well, maybe he just kept eating the fruit, why would he go to Earth? Just because the planet, he ate the last fruit on the tree, so he had to go to a different planet. So then I'm supposed to believe that instead of Revival of F, reviving the Frieza Force, and this is where it gets bad. Instead of that, I'm supposed to believe that the plot line of this Hall of Fame Saiyan Gardener just wants to pull up on Earth, sees other Saiyans hitting god levels of power, does not care, wants to send them to the Wu just because I want to plant the tree here. And you think that's better conceptually. That's the worst part. Not a better movie, because Triomite probably is a better movie than Revival F. Revival F kind of But conceptually speaking, you think that works better to be canon than just reviving Frieza. That's crazy to me. Super Saiyan 3 could have definitely been written out of Dragon Ball as a whole had Super Saiyan 2 looked more visually distinct than from 1. Goku still could have stalled Buu by showing off different Super Saiyan grades. The power drain drawback could still be written as Super Saiyan 2. Everything could still work. That's my dog. I do think he's caused immeasurable damage to the community in the sense that you guys are low-key, and this is my hot take, you guys are low-key overhating on Super Saiyan 3. Low-key. Y'all have put it in the pen. Y'all low-key pushed too far in the direction. Too far. Because hear me out. I think Super Saiyan 3, for all intents and purposes, is Goku's essential crash out form. I think, like, while there's a lot of things wrong with it, while I think it'd be cool if Gotenks got it or whatever the fuck, what you guys kind of keep trying to do is just essentially snap poof the form out of existence. It doesn't really sew the needle unless you go all the way back. Because at that point, you could argue shit like only Super Saiyan should be the only form. Yeah, if you wanted to do Super Saiyan 2 are the exclusive forms, fine, I guess. But what I'm getting at is, why would Goku then have a speech of, this is a Super Saiyan, this is Super Saiyan 2, and this is even beyond? Like, no, that doesn't work. 3, and most importantly, the way you read it, I really don't like. Why would Super Saiyan 2 have a power drawback? And then the issue with the whole thing being that Gohan achieved the form after mastering Super Saiyan. So the point of Super Saiyan 2 was that it doesn't have a power drawback. It's just way too much. I don't think Super Saiyan 3 is perfect. Far from it. There are flagrant flaws with it. I do think Gotenks just randomly having Super Saiyan 3 would have been the best thing that they could have done. But I don't like Super Saiyan 2 Plus is what I'm kind of getting from this. And that's not what you're saying, but that's kind of what we would have to believe, that Super Saiyan 2 is just that Goku going Super Saiyan 2 outside of being the moment like, oh shit, Goku learned Super Saiyan 2. No, you wrote it as okay, but he still has the drawback. It's fucking weird. The Demon King Piccolo arc is the worst in original Dragon Ball, at least in the manga. Nah. Not the worst. Because Demon King Piccolo set up serious stakes. Demon King Piccolo was the first time, even a hint of mystery, but Demon King Piccolo was the first time that shit felt like oh fuck, like this ain't just some random adventure with Goku being some overpowered tot doing some fuck shit. This is like, oh, niggas are gonna die. You're crazy. So no, I don't think it's the worst. I would say Red Ribbon Army is worse if I had to pick one. I love the scene, especially in the anime. Respect to the manga, but this is one of those moments I'm definitely taking the anime. Goku just like unknowingly committing mass it's so peak. But no. Demon King Piccolo is not the worst in original Dragon Ball by really any way you view it. Unless you just don't like violence in Dragon Ball, then I want to argue Demon King Piccolo is the most violent, therefore yeah, sure, you may not like it. The Tournament of Power is better than the Buu Saga. I just feel like the Tournament of Power peaks higher than the Buu Saga. Also, it's just a more fun arc to rewatch. Before we stab him, let's think about what he said. His argument's not that bad. I mean, Look, even if you think Majin Vegeta's moment is the best, or the #1 speech moment is the best, even if you think both Vegeta's speech and Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 versus Kid Goku, or Super Saiyan 3 reveal even, are the 4 best parts in the Buu Saga, is someone crazy for saying, hey gang, that's fine. I like Goku versus Kefla more than that fight. I like the reveal of Ultra Instinct twice better. And hell, Vegeta has a Final Flash moment in there. If that's a polar bear in Lawrence, Texas, how about just any Ultra Instinct fight? So it's just, Vegito fight versus, I'm just saying, I wouldn't stab him. If I had to pick one, I do think that I will say the Buu Saga is a better arc, but I will enjoy watching the Tournament of Power more. That I'll agree. I do think the Tournament of Power is something better to rewatch when you're able to binge the show or even skip certain episodes, because as a person who was trying to not only watch the show for himself, as a person who not only was waiting for their favorite YouTuber to react to this episode, that episode, this episode, that episode. I told you I'm a chat nigga that went live. But as a person who was trying to
Put someone onto Dragon Ball.
inviting said individual over, and it was the bros actually, like high key. It was some of my dogs that's been on here. When I invited them over, we would play the game or whatever the fuck. Oh shit, Super's on. They knew I was leaving the room to watch Super, and they'd be like, "Fuck it, bro, turn Super on." When every now and then you got an episode like Piccolo dying to a bug, the sniper, or there's some other shitty episodes of the Tournament of Power. You get the point. The Tournament of Power week to week is not fun. It's just not. I talk about this with my Naruto fans all the time. Gang, y'all can sit there and be like, if you skip the film, no. I'm from the Toonami timeline, okay? Call me uncle. I'm from the timeline where, hey gang, we saw Sasuke leave and we thought the story was gonna keep going. it's fucking crazy. So I do think in that argument, while the Buu argument tracks too, I do think in these lens, the Buu Saga definitely doesn't have those dreadful bores. There's painful bores, but the Tournament of Power can be dreadful at times to watch on a week-to-week basis. I think the Buu Saga is also just a more complete story, kind of, with maybe even perhaps just better thematics. But the Tournament of Power is definitely a more fun arc to rewatch, and I'd probably just agree it's straight up cooler. Good take. I like that one. Super Saiyan God breaks the scaling into pieces. It truly shows how much of the Super era is all about marketing, and it sucks because we could have genuinely gotten good stuff like Delilah, but we're left with mid that is super. Nah, I don't think this did anything. I don't think Super Saiyan God is the issue that breaks scaling into pieces. Furthermore, I don't watch my anime to like power scale everybody. Power scaling's fun, and I'm not a professional power scaler, but I don't watch the anime to power scale them. When I'm seeing, okay, the scaling's broken takes, I have to ask, okay, what do you even mean? And I'm on the fly. I'm streaming. Sorry if I'm yapping here. So when you say Super Saiyan God breaks the scaling, what are you getting at? And let me go full screen here, because are you saying that Super Saiyan God put Goku in such a high level that for someone to achieve him off screen like Vegeta is fucking weird to you? Are you saying that Beerus just all along being stronger than everybody the entire time is weird to you? Do you think that Whis being stronger than everyone that we just mentioned is fucking weird to you? Because I would say no, the universe is big and Super is about expanding upon just Earth, just Namek, which was only a Earth-related issue because, there were 2 Namekians on Earth. And then Earth again. They started with heaven and hell with the Kais and the gods and stuff. Super was low-key a natural step for the series to get into, okay, this is not just the Kaioshin. There's gods of destruction. There's other universes even, shit like that. So I don't think Super is just this marketing, gimmicky, toy-ass anime. I think Super definitely misses the plot. Super has a ton of fucking flaws that my chat at TSO YouTube comment section sometimes be hating. Sometimes they be cooking. My chat is very biased for Super at times. Super don't cook all the time. I definitely agree with that. But I wouldn't just call it a marketing anime that Delilah absurdly stomps because it just expanded on the lore so much better. Delilah went straight to the demon realm. The first thing they do in Daima is go to the damn demon realm, and they turn Goku and them into kids. You don't think that would be seen as that's my thing. I'm not even hating on Daima when I'm saying this. Y'all got me saying the actual show. Y'all got me saying the actual show name. Tot Goku, Tot Vegeta, Tot Bulma, those are toys right there. You would call those shits toys immediately if you didn't like the series. It just expands upon the demon realm the same way Super expands upon the gods. So I don't think that Super is just a marketing ploy. And then back to your whole thing with the scaling briefly, because I'm not a power scaler. One, I would argue that if you had to pick somebody, it's Beerus or Whis. But then two, I don't even necessarily think the scaling is broken into pieces because of Dragon Ball Super. There is a long time ago, like gang, boy, oh boy, the power scaling was broken a long time ago. Whether it's Piccolo walking down from King Kai's and boxing second form Frieza, whether it's Frieza just hitting 1,000,000 way too early. That's my hot take. They showed power level 1,000,000 way too early, or anything in between. It's kind of crazy, gang. No, I don't put that all on Super. But let me know your thoughts. We're probably gonna do a TSO debate at some point after we watch some videos and/or an anime aux battle that you could have been a part of if you were in the streams at TSO_stage on Twitch. But for now, your hot takes this week honestly weren't even. No, they were bad. No, I almost lied. They were. Well, take care. Stay blessed.